So I just met a friend who I met 5 years ago, and he happened to come to this, and he came up to me after the workout and he said, you know, sometimes when you meet people, you know they're going to change the world, and you did that for me.
Miss you, Becky.
Who was Becky Conzelman? She was Conzel Mama. Seriously, she was that. She was like a mom to me, to so many others that I know, especially our leaders in our Faith RX community and just truly everyone.
I actually think that out of all the women in my life, outside of my mother, my wife, that Becky was the most influential woman in my life.
To know Becky was not only to love her, but to feel and be loved by her. She had the most beautiful smile that could brighten any room the second she walked into it.
When I think of Becky, I think of joy. She had this really special way of making you feel seen. Whether it was running into her in person and just the way she lit up and made you feel loved, or when she would call you just pure excitement and joy just to talk to you. It was really incredible.
She made every minute with her just a blast, and I'm just so thankful that my life and the life of my wife and girls have been blessed by her, and they have memories of her and just how she loved them just like they were her own, right?
Becky taught me the true meaning of friendship. She really understood the word unconditional, and she taught that to me, and I'm just so grateful to have learned from her because she is the definition of friendship.
I sometimes I felt like the older one because she would always want to, we call it rally time, you know. We get together we'd either be at the CrossFit Games or we'd be at one of our camps or something like that, and she would always want to go out late as the night was winding down. I'm always like, Becky, I don't want to go, you know, and rally time, come on, let's go be rally time, and you know, so just like little things like that.
When I think of Becky, I think of so much light and love and fun. Every single time I was around her, she just wanted to have fun, and she gave me this big hug and a big smile, and she just lit up the room.
Man, I think of the times that that we laughed together, like laughed to the point of crying.
There was a time we were at Wadapalooza in Miami, and we were going out, and she was ready to rally. She always said, let's rally, let's have some fun. But she didn't have any cool clothes to wear. So what she did is she borrowed all of Andrea, my wife's clothes. So we gave her all the hats, all the gear. We went salsa dancing, and we had a blast. And it was so much fun, but the funniest part is the pictures to see her outfit that is completely not even her own outfit.
The funniest part is that she had actually gotten locked out of her hotel, and that's why she didn't have any clothes. And she showed up when we were salsa dancing in my clothes after getting my key from me and looking through my, suitcase. She had on the most random things. She had on like a big trucker hat and like a cutoff shirt with like a sweater underneath, and like really high top like tennis shoes and jeans. And we were like, what? But we thought she wasn't gonna be able to go out because she wasn't gonna be able to change out of her workout clothes. And so we were just pumped to see her. And the whole night we were laughing, we were cracking up, we were making memories, and we just kept thinking, wow, like we're always gonna remember this. And here we are several years later, and all we can remember is how she made us feel and how much fun she was.
Becky was so good at being present, and she was 100% invested in any conversation that she was having. She was so good at making everybody feel so special when they were talking to her because nothing else mattered but the words that were coming out of your mouth when you were talking to her. And you just really felt so loved.
So what I love about Becky is that every time you saw her, she had this twinkle in her eye, this slight grin, and you knew you were going to be challenged. That's like just the best part. She just walked in the room with grace, and she was like, so much a ball of energy, such a firecracker, and her love for Jesus just came through her pores, and it was just amazing getting to know her.
Becky's leadership style should be taught to people. It should be like a curriculum, like Becky leader. It's like a strong female leader who isn't afraid to take that authoritative stance if they ever have to. But like for some reason, she never had to because everyone respected her. So that was cool.
And Becky was a leader to me. She was a sister to me. And most of all, she was a teacher to me. But the way that she taught was not through, hey, let's sit down and read the Bible. At least not with me. It was through her example. She was exemplary. She was exemplary, specifically and mainly just the way she pursued God, how obedient she was to his calling, how truly on fire and on mission she was. This was displayed through just watching her operate and be herself, through just watching her engage with people in conversation, regardless of what their faith was, but she just genuinely cared about the condition of people's hearts. She always wanted to know, where is this person in their walk? Where is this person in their faith? How are they doing? And what greater cause should we have than that? She helped me to truly live a life of purpose by understanding what we're all here for at the end of the day. What is my purpose for even having a relationship with Christ? And it's to draw others nearer to him. It's to live a life of service to him. It's to be the hands and feet of God all the time. To be pouring into others. She poured into me. She poured into my family. And I'm eternally grateful. And outside of meeting Jesus when I get to heaven, the second person I'm going to go give a massive hug to is to Becky. We love you, Becky.
Just what I love about Becky was like she literally made you feel like you were the only person in the room. She asked questions. She was so good at intentionally listening because she cared. She genuinely cared about you and where you were at with your faith. And she was so passionate about making disciples. She did not want one soul to be lost, and she really wanted to fulfill the mission that God had for her here. And we're seeing it. And I'm just so thankful that I had the opportunity to know her and to know just the legacy that she left and the example she left for us all, to just sit down with people and care and listen and know where they're at and point them to Jesus. That was Becky.
She lived life loud. She gave the best hugs and the most incredible advice that always pointed back to the Lord. And she was truly an example of someone who loved the Lord her God with all of her heart, with all of her soul, and with all of her mind. And I get such a hopeful joy when I think about Becky dancing in heaven with Jesus.
And I'm not saying this to bring exaltation to myself, but rather to remind all of us as a community that we have been created for good works in Christ Jesus. And to encourage you that whether in the walls of your gym or at your workplace or in your home, that we are called to love and serve like Christ did. So my heart for this community is that all would come to know the Lord and then put their faith in action through service.
Rally time.